Hello, classmates and teacher. This is our presentation of prepositions. This is a task for the class of English, Morphology and Syntax. Thank you. Prepositions are usually short words that express a relationship of a noun or a pronoun to other words of the sentence. Prepositions are free morphemes. They are short words, only one syllable. They usually have a meaning as a single word. But when and how to use the preposition? A preposition introduces location, time, or an object, including the direction or meaning of the sentence. Usually, prepositions are followed by a noun, a name, or a pronoun. The common prepositions are small, also can speak about an agent or an instrument of an action. Prepositions of time usually are at, on, in. We use at when we are speaking about a specific time. We use on to speak about days of the week, a specific date, a holiday. We use in to speak about a period of time, like a year, a season, a month. We use at to speak about a specific time, like clock time. Also to speak about certain moments of the day, like noon or midnight. We use on to specific days, and we use in, for example, periods of time like in the morning, in the evening, in May, in spring. Other kind of prepositions of time are for, during, and by. We use for to speak about a period of time to say how long something goes on. We use during plus a noun to say when something happens, not how long. And we use by plus an expression of time to no later than. With time expressions like morning, afternoon, evening, we can use during, like in the morning, during the morning, in the afternoon, during afternoon. While can be used with past simple or progressive aspect, or present simple as future. While implies a period of time that is used at the same time that other activity is happening. We use until to say how long a situation continues. By the time, to speak about something happens or happened. And also we can use by then. On time, we use it to say that something is punctual, that it has the deadline and is covered on time. In time is to speak about something that was soon done. At the end of something is like at the time when something ends, at the time of the month, at the time of the course. The opposite of it is at the beginning of. In the end is the same like finally. Prepositions of location are used to speak about where an object is. Next to, behind, among, near are examples of this kind of prepositions. Above is used to indicate a point higher than another. Below is the opposite. Is when the object is on a place lower than other one. On is used to speak about an object that is on the surface of another one. In implies an object is inside another. Meanwhile, inside is specifying that the second object is bigger and is covering the first one. After speaking about place, explains that one object is following the other. Next, expresses that something is at the side of something else. Next to, close, to express a short distance between the two objects. Preposition into means one object is placed inside of another object. Meanwhile, out of is the opposite. The object is located out of the second one. Prepositions of movement are to speak about the direction an object is taking place when it goes or comes through a distance. When and how to use movement prepositions. There are many movement prepositions. They might encompass direction, distance, and are related to movement. Until is used to speak something is moving towards the surface of another object. Meanwhile, of implies the object is moving to abandon the surface of the second one. Around is telling one object is moving surrounding another one. Away is telling that one object is moving far from the first one. Toward explains when something is approaching to another object. Preposition past expresses when one object advances further away from another. Preposition on the is a compound preposition used when an object is climbing on another. Preposition of the is a compound preposition too, and is the opposite of this last one. It's when the object is downloading from another one. Preposition over is used to say something is going over another object on the surface. Under is the opposite. It's used to speak something is going lower to another object. Through is a preposition to speak about one object is getting across a second one from one side to the other by the middle of it. Preposition across is similar to through preposition. This one could imply through the middle or over it, but the movement is from one side to another of the object. Up the is used when an object is climbing over something, and the opposite is down the. Something is getting down off the object. There are many expressions using the preposition in. For example, in the rain, in the sun, in the sunshine, in the shade, in the dark, in bad weather, in pencil, in words, in figures, in block capitals, in your own words, in love with someone, in my opinion. Expressions using preposition at. For example, at the age of, at 20 miles an hour, at 100 degrees. Expressions using preposition on. For example, on holiday, on a tour, on television, on the radio, on the phone, on a strike, on a diet, on fire, on the whole, on purpose. Expressions using the preposition by. Used by in many expressions to say how we do something. Or we use by plus a noun with an article, the a or n. By post, by hand, by credit card, by phone, by email, by fax, by check, by car, by chance. Also, we use expressions with by to speak about transports. By car, by train, by plane, by boat, by ship, by bus. The exception is to speak about when we are on foot, when we are walking. Other kind of expressions using preposition by We say that something is done by somebody or something. That's when we are speaking about agent. And we use the passive voice. Something is done by another person, or something is made of. Also, to speak about the material is a passive voice. Prepositions can be used close to verbs to change the meaning or connotations they are used to. They are called phrasal verbs. These are compound words which change totally the meaning of the sentence. Some verbs appear before preposition for to imply the object of the preposition. As in the case of the verb, some nouns or adjectives are used with specific prepositions to change or clarify their meanings. Thanks a lot for your attention. If you desire to search more information, these are the references you can consult.